Good morning. Happy Monday. I'm Nicole Traum, and you're watching Lee Health's Healthcare Heroes Self-Care Moment. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This week, we are going to explore the idea of allowing ourselves to be in a place of energizing, of being present, of allowing ourselves to be a little bit more mindful about our habits. One of the things that I've been talking about with my students and working on, my yoga students, is creating healthy habits. This has been a time where we've been home a lot, right? We've had different schedules, and a lot of people are saying to me that they feel really unaccomplished, right? We've had all this time, but maybe you haven't felt like you've accomplished a lot of things. And healthy habits don't have to be new things or very crazy things, but we want to be able to bring in things that we can do each day or track every couple of days so that we can allow ourselves to find accomplishment in our little things that we do and also make ourselves feel better. So one of the things that we can do as our mindfulness, as our way of creating healthy habits, is by starting with a little bit of movement. We can do that. You can do that by going for a walk in the morning, going for a run, or even just coming and doing this. We're taking this time, these moments here to allow ourselves to be more present and more mindful and allow ourselves to create that habit. When you start to do it more than once in a while, when you start to say, okay, I'm going to do this every weekday, or I'm going to do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, picking some time so that you can start to create those habits. Or I'm even tracking them in my classes, which is really fun. So we're going to start with our habit of just allowing ourselves to breathe and be mindful. So we're going to turn within this morning. As you sit nice and tall, you can sit tall, bring your feet onto the floor underneath your knees. Just take a couple deep breaths here. So let's inhale and exhale, filling up with breath, and then emptying back out. Letting yourself be present, letting yourself feel what you've got going on, and even noticing where your body feels tight. So just because we decide to have healthy habits doesn't mean that everything just magically comes into place, but it allows us this space to start to track, to start to get back on track with how we're feeling and what we're doing for ourselves. And it's a form of self-care. It's a form of self-love. Good. Just breathing in, filling up. Breathing out, emptying out. One more time. Big inhale. Big exhale. Perfect. And as you come back through center now, we're going to start with a little bit of tapping. We've done this before. So we're going to start with tapping our collarbone. So you can kind of feel along the upper chest. There's these bones right here that move across the top of the chest. And those are your collarbones. And you can just start to tap. And this is something that's a little bit new to me, but it's really interesting. I've been teaching yin yoga for the last 2 years. And this kind of goes along with the yin because it goes along with meridians. We've got these different energy lines that move through our body. my voice is modulating with this. So just kind of tapping, not too hard, but enough to start to feel. And if that doesn't feel good and you want to just massage, you can do little half circles if you want. In the morning, I like to do the tapping part just because it's very energizing and it starts to work our immune system, boost it up a little bit. That's it, just tapping and tapping. This moves into the place of the bladder and the kidneys, helps to boost the adrenals. That's it. All right, now what we're gonna do is take our hands and tap, I have to move this out of the way, tap our collarbone, or I'm sorry, our breastbone. So that's right where the top of the ribs meet. And right behind that is your thymus gland. So your thymus gland regulates the immune system as well. So as you tap here, it's just gonna start to fire things up, and it also helps to wake you up. So as you're breathing, you can just give yourself that gentle tapping, breathing nice and deep. Good. Just thinking about creating good energy in your body, creating benefit to your immune system, to how you feel, and how you fight things as well, right? Because we know that we want to stay healthy during this time. So this is a practice of self-care and self-love. Good. All right, now this next one's a little different. What we're going to do is we're going to take our hands, and actually let's start, because this morning when I was getting ready, I did this, just kind of moving some of this through the front of your face and your sinuses. So moving just gently, use 1 or 2 fingers and start to move the skin away. Allergies are very bad right now, so this is a good way to drain and get things clear through the sinuses. Feels really good. That's it. Just kind of moving away and away, draining things out. Perfect. And then you can start to move just little half circles here along the temples, right along the sides of the eyes. Just giving yourself a little massage to wake things up this morning. Perfect. And then we'll go up here right above the eyebrows and make like a little crescent. So just moving through there. This is another part of the sinuses, so you might feel a little tender if you're having allergies or sinus issues right now. But be gentle, but it's still good to create some drainage there. So just moving through. Also just makes you look good, right? Because you're bringing in some blood flow to the skin, clearing things out. Gives you a little brightness, a little lift. All right, now what we're gonna do is take our hands and we're gonna start right here and just start to pull apart gently. Don't use your nails. Press in and then pull out. Do it a few times on the forehead. That's it. And then you can start to go to where your hairline is and just kind of pull apart. It's gonna mess my hair up, that's okay. And then work your way up, all the way up to the top of your head. I know a lot of people right now are feeling stuck. I get stuck. I feel like I'm stuck in my brain. This is a good way to get a little bit of blood flow, a little bit of cerebral fluid all the way up through the top of the head. And it starts to clarify our thoughts, bring us into the present moment. You can work your way all the way down through the back of your head. So you're just kind of working your way along the center line, pressing and pulling apart. Little massage to your head, your scalp. That's it. Just working your way back. And this is just a nice little healthy habit that you can do. Right? Just working your way through. Feels kind of nice. All right, and then from there, let's come on in and just start to move. And notice where your mind is at, where your thoughts are at, how your body feels now. As I'm even doing this, I can feel a little bit more clarity through my brain this morning. Sometimes I get up and it's early, you know? So it's nice to check in like that. Breathe a little deeper. Feel yourself breathing into that space that you just created. And then change your direction, just moving around again, the opposite direction. That's it. Coming back up through center now, inhale and roll your shoulders back, lift your chin, exhale and round forward. So just moving nice and slow, inhaling and exhaling, working through your spine. And as you move, you're gonna feel your seat rocking forward and back. So let's do 2 more, inhaling and exhaling, good. Inhale and exhale. And as you come back now, reach your arms out and just start to turn your head side to side. So we got a lot of stuff going on there in the head that we just did with our massage and our lymphatic drainage there. So we're just gonna feel that movement, bringing a little bit more space in, good. And then take your right hand down, stretch your left arm up and over. Take a nice big stretch through the left side body. You can press your left hip down. Perfect. And then come on back, bring your left arm down, bring your right arm up and over and just stretch up through the right side body. So even just taking a couple deep breaths, moving your body, that can be your healthy habit that you start. And maybe even bring it in during, let's interlace our hands, bring it in the middle of the day when you're feeling a little tired. As you roll your shoulders back here, just create a little more space in the front of the chest. Feel the back of the shoulders working towards each other. Perfect. And then we'll come on up to standing. And as you come up to standing here, you can face the front of your chair or the back of your chair, depending on how much space you want. We're going to come back into that interlacing the hands behind. Now, if you can't do that, you can always grab onto a towel or a belt and step the feet a little bit wider than hip distance and just start to bring my arms back behind me. And as I do that, I'm just looking forward. You can bend your knees a little here. And we're going to inhale as you lift up. And exhale as you come forward, just stretching. This is another energizing pose here. Inhale, coming up, lifting your heart, lifting your chest, and then exhaling as you bow forward. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, lifting up, opening your chest, opening your heart, and then exhaling as you bow in. You can release your hands and either bring your hands to the back of your chair or to the seat of your chair. Step your feet a little wider and then just bend your knees and straighten the legs. So just reaching your hips back, your thighs back. energizing the lower legs. Good. And then keep your legs nice and straight. You can inhale, look forward. Come on your fingertips. Exhale and bow. Inhaling and exhaling. So just feeling a stretch through the back of the legs. Let's take 2 more like that. Big inhale, big exhale. Last one, big inhale, big exhale. And this time as you come in, you can either bring your hands to your chair or to the floor and rock your hips side to side. That's it. Just feeling that stretch into the back of the legs, into the back of the chest, the heart. Let's take another 2 breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Inhale and exhale. And then very slowly walk yourself back up. Make sure you feel steady here. And we'll come right back to our seat. And just notice. And now as you come back, you can take a comfortable seat and just kind of notice how it feels in your body. We just did some great movement, some great energizing. And we allow ourselves to get into that place of just being more present in our bodies. So thinking about creating healthy habits, it can just be simply letting yourself breathe a little bit more, right? Bringing in, we didn't do a ton of stuff, right? But allowing yourself to have a little bit of movement, because once you start with that, those healthy habits start to expand. They start to move into different areas, right? You start to go, wow, it feels good to move my body. And it starts to become something that you want to do every day. So now as you come in, and this is a great part of moving our bodies, is that then we can sit and we can be a little bit more still and a little bit more reflective. So as you turn within now, just begin to close your eyes and sit up nice and tall and allow yourself to notice what you've got going on inside. We worked on the outside, now we get to work a little bit more on the inside. So as you're turning within, with your eyes closed, just begin to deepen your breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. And noticing just what bringing in one little thing does to make you feel a little more comfortable. Bringing in that movement, that mindfulness. Let yourself fill up with breath and then empty back out. That's it. And if you want, you can bring one hand to your heart. Just feeling the rise and fall of your chest. It's very easy right now to feel very unaccomplished, very just lost. And remind yourself that what you're doing is enough. Maybe you can bring in a little bit more here and there, right? But think about all the things that you're accomplishing every day. I was talking to my best friend yesterday and she's like, well, I feel like such a sloth. I'm not doing enough. And, she has 2 teenagers. She's working. She actually had COVID and she's still in the recovery process. And there's so many things that she's doing that are supportive, right, to herself. Same thing with all of us that are watching here, right? There are things that you're doing every day that matter. So acknowledge them. And when we think about bringing in healthy habits, think about things that you can do that support you, that make you feel better in your body, that make you feel better in your mind, in your skin. Let yourself have those moments to just be and feel. Breathing nice and deep. Feel your shoulders start to soften away from your ears. See if you can relax your jaw. And then even begin here to relax your hips down into your seat. That's it. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. And then bring your hands in front of your heart and just check in, noticing how your body feels. Reminding yourself that you are enough, that what you do matters, even if it seems really menial. As we close today, we bow to each other. I bowed to you for your courageousness, for showing up, This right here is a healthy habit, right? Checking in on this video, allowing yourself to breathe and move. So we honor that, right? We bow to you. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Nicole Traum with Lee Health's Healthcare Heroes Self-Care Moment. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow at 6:40 a.m. Feel free to share this with your friends. Come back and watch it whenever you'd like. Have a great week. Bye, everyone.